Ugh. Alright. Oh. Should be starting up. Good. That's not gonna work. That position is not quite right. Almost. That's problematic. Huh. Gotta find a way to do this right. Here we go. Spin around. Oh, wait. Where's this ending? There? Okay, I see, I see. I was getting mixed up a little bit. So I need to... How do I do this? I have to go around like this direction. Alright. Hello and welcome everyone, I'm CSGilmore, and this is The Witness. So we've got a lot of stuff to try to figure out here. It's not gonna do it either. Come on, you should be able to do that. Let's try that again. There we go. Alright, we're trying to get into this mountain. Then I want to run down the hill and, well, down the mountain and check something at the lake. Let's see. Already got this one? Yeah, I already got this one. Got this one. Are there any others here? See anything else in relation to that right now? Wait, I see. That's what I had before. Looks like that's the only one there. Okay. Now then, which one am I missing? Here. This one? This one. Okay. Step back far enough, and it helps out way more than if I stay close. There we go. Alright, that's open. Cool. Alright. Now I saw a little video that mentioned this little bit. Which is important for powering something to get to another ending, other than the obvious one. This is different. Bunch of video cameras throughout the place. Or if that'll actually... Is that the same setup I currently have, or is that different? I wonder if these would change if I changed some of that. Not sure. Just kind of curious if I could click on different stuff here as well. Okay, that one's fuzzy now. Anyway. Let's go down here for now. I do want to check out the lake, but we can do that in a bit. Oh. Okay. Something in there. Huh. Weird. Puzzles on the sides. And in there it looks like there's a puzzle. Yeah. There's a puzzle. I just don't know the angle on it. Do anything with it. Huh. Ah. Okay. Let's get a look in here. This place is cool. Oh, that's problematic. I can't lock that. Okay, so I have to change that. Let's see if we can solve this. I can't get quite the right angle on it. Never mind. Let's see. If I do that, then that, get that into there, there. Okay, that should give me access to everything. Welcome back. Yeah, still no great access there. Not sure what the angle is. That feels... Okay, I can do this still. Okay. Different. Oh, there's a dot there. Okay. Tricky. So they're blocked up so I can't really get a good look at what I'm working with. This is really interesting. Okay, give me a minute to look this over. Looks like once I get all of them, it powers something over there? Yeah, not quite right. I can't get the right angle on it to actually complete it. Huh. It looks like this would power something. So it's probably important that I get that done. I get all of these done. Because they all seem to be powering one thing or another. Tricky. Okay, that one's there. No. There? There we go. Can't tell whether that's a square or a just 3 blocks, whether it's 3 or 4 blocks. That's problematic. Guess the best way to do this would be measure it like that. Okay, so it's 4 blocks. It actually was fairly easy. What the? Ah. That's different. Okay, white block there, black one there, white, black, white. Black one there and a dot there. Dot complicates my life. Let's try a different approach. What if I cut that one out like that? Nope, that still has that problem. Okay. Go like, no. They're gonna make me work for these. I wish this would stop blinking. I mean, it's a cool new way to bring in a new element right near this far towards the end, but still a pain. So there's black, black, black. Okay. Dot there I have to cross. Dot there I have to cross. Then like that. No, that didn't cut that off right. Oh, I think I can fix this. Except for I have to cross that dot. This is complicated. But just mostly just from the fact that I can't see it clearly, so I have to do a lot of visualization while I work. That one dot there's the problem. I cut these off. There. I think I'm approaching this wrong. If I go this way, then there. Got it. Oh, please no. Okay, dot there, dot there. Alright, so there's two dots I can see. I missed one. Two dots I can work with. Work with that. That covers the dots. If I approach it like that, then cover that dot. If I covered that. Okay. That won't work. Then that. There we go. Got it. Okay, one powered. Line through. I need to find a better angle on that one. And I need to get to that other side. Ah, whoops, I missed it. Okay, let's get that middle one first. Should I cut this off? There. That should give me an angle I can work on that middle one with. Without issue. 'Cause now I can get sideways enough to actually see the whole thing. There. Okay, that's 4. Is that 3 or 4? That looks like 4 as well. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that almost gets it. What if I did it like this? Wait, I'm thinking of this wrong. What if I put that there and then that there? Okay, I'm gonna try to shift this. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, almost have it. Gotta cut this off. There, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that. Then I can cut those two, and there we go. Where's that power going? Oh, another one. Okay, I didn't even realize there was another one here. Okay, I see 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2. Where's the ending? Up there, okay. There we go. That one was pretty easy. And it's through. Good. Alright, now I just need to get these ones. Which means I need to set up a line to get through there. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it won't get me there, but it'll get me all the ones on this wall that I need. Oh, that's weird. Sticks off the end a little bit. Oh, I see how they're doing this. Okay. I can do this. Click. Why won't it let me click on that? I don't understand. Why isn't it letting me click on it? Oh, I have to click on it as though it were in the right place. Alright. That's nasty. Okay. There we go. So yeah, they're making me draw it like I would, like it was on the right, even though it's not imaged the same. That's kind of evil. Okay. Got 3. And I can't put that on the same way I would normally because of that wall. So it needs to go. Alright, I've got it. Don't see any dots. Oh wait, there's another square there I didn't notice. Okay, so how many squares is this? 1, 2, 3. Alright. So first 1, 2, 3. So that will cover those ones. Then 1, 2, 3. And up. Got it. Please stop. Make it stop. Why? Okay. Purples have to go together. Black and whites have to be separated. Complicates my life. That's not a cuttable point. So how do I do that? How do I keep those together? Cut that off right. There we go. Oh, sure, it starts moving once I click on it. I was like, this is too normal, what's the catch? Click on it, then it starts moving. Okay, 1, 2, 3, easy enough. Through there, easy. Oh, it moves faster the further I go. Aha. Okay, solve it, then move. Or try to. Okay, go over, cut through there. Then do that. Down and up and over. Okay. The more to the right it goes, the faster it goes. Ah, that was horrible. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, good, it spins. Nope, not quite. The more to the right I go, the more it spins. No, stop. My mind wants to turn with it. Glad that's over. Oh. Alright, now I just need to get across. Nothing else. Good? That should be good. Almost. Oh, I can walk in here? Okay, I didn't expect that. Okay, so this does work. That person, it looks like they're being crushed. Cave puzzles.
The relation between the controller and the controlled is reciprocal. The scientist in the laboratory studying the behavior of a pigeon designs contingencies and observes their effects. His apparatus exerts a conspicuous control on the pigeon, but we must not overlook the control exerted by the pigeon. The behavior of the pigeon has determined the design of the apparatus and the procedures in which it is used. Some such reciprocal control is characteristic of all science. As Francis Bacon put it, nature, to be commanded, must be obeyed. The scientist who designs a cyclotron is under the control of the particles he is studying. The behavior with which a parent controls his child, either aversively or through positive reinforcement, is shaped and maintained by the child's responses. A psychotherapist changes the behavior of his patient in ways which have been shaped and maintained by his success in changing that behavior. A government or religion prescribes and imposes sanctions selected by their effectiveness in controlling citizen or communicant. An employer induces his employees to work industriously and carefully with wage systems determined by their effects on behavior. The classroom practices of the teacher are shaped and maintained by the effects on his students. In a very real sense, then, the slave controls the slave driver, the child, the parent, the patient, the therapist, the citizen, the government, the communicant, the priest, the employee, the employer, and the student, the teacher. B.F. Skinner, 1971.
Okay, so there's one white one in the middle. try to solve it from this end. There we go. Okay. Black ones, white ones. 2 black ones there. White one there, black one there. Where's that other black one? It's there, okay. This looks like an easy one. Comparatively. Except for I can't cut that. That's a problem. So I have to come at this from a different angle. There we go. Okay. So probably open up that panel there, which is a door from the looks of things. One square there, one square there. How do I do this with blockages as they are? I don't see a way to cover everything. Oh wait, I understand. I think. This is the only one I can make it to the end with. So I have to use that bottom left one, then the mirror effect to get the others. Must be an angle I can get this at. This angle? Oh wait, I'm thinking of the wrong angles. Okay, there's one in the bottom there, one on the bottom there. So 2 on the bottom. I can get with the top one. There. Alright, that opened up a panel. Don't see anything else here. Where's that? There's so many places I haven't found on this island. Or so many places you don't have to find on the island. To end it there. I need it in a way that I don't get cut off by that. quite work. I need to put that over more. Close though. It's on the right track. Just need to cut this over more like that. Now I can get through it. Windmills. Never did finish those windmill environmentals. There were a lot of environmental puzzles I never figured out. Didn't even realize there was a hole in the wall here. Never noticed it. That's insane. There I see. I don't see a way to actually do it over there. Okay. I have to go down another floor. First I have to get across. Or up or something. What the? Okay, those three are always the same color. There. Okay. So the dark blue becomes light blue. So those ones are the same color as that. Yellow. Okay, those have to probably go together. No. That's a different color when it's pink. That's yellow, that's yellow, that's yellow. There. Because they still needed a matching color. So that one needed to be mixed with yellow, that one with blue. Okay. That has to go like that. Or like that. Okay. This is gonna be a pain. These are the same color. That can match. Those are not the same color. Then that has to be there. That can't go that way. missing something here. Wait. Does that work? That. Although I can't even tell whether which ones are right and which ones are wrong because of the color changes. Alright, I think it's just the square in the middle now that's the problem. Because it looks like that and that can match up color-wise and be happy. The star and the shape thing can be the same color. Yeah, that looks fine. It's the middle ones that are freaking out. So, I can make that pattern last. Maybe if I did that, would that work? I don't know for sure which colors are which. No. Wait. Not quite. Oh, I didn't make that shape. That was part of the problem. Okay, let's try that again. So, cut those. Let's cut that. Then these two together. Oh, I did it wrong again. Down. Cut that. Then up, cut. That, cut. No, that won't work. Those are different. So. And okay, got it. Phew. Oh, rainbows, why? Okay, this is weird. The dots themselves don't seem to be changing colors. It's just the background is this time. So those are all yellow, those are all blue. Those are pink. So if I went like that, then like that, and then like that. Bunch of different patterns and setups. Interesting. Okay, this looks like another have to draw my path while having to split these up in a way. Anything hidden back here? Doesn't look like it, but I could easily miss something amongst all that. Alright, let's see here. Easy enough. I have a feeling this is going to get more complicated though, where I'm going to have to solve 2 puzzles to do this right. I won't know until I get up there, though. Oh, okay, that's evil. So each one has to match up. So in the end, it's going to be one symbol for all of them that works right for all of them. Those have to be matched. So if I did like this. I'm thinking wrong, Like this. Okay. That's another one down, right? The evolution of the design is shifting. I'm just gonna take a picture of this in case I mess this up. I'll be able to replace this. Good. Good. Now we've got multiple blacks and white ones. Okay, but different setup. That won't work because of that. We're complicating the beginning because those purples still need to match up, but I'm gonna do it from back here. But I need this black one to be separated from these white ones. That off. Still need those connected. Cooperate with me. Thank you. Okay, let's see if it does. If it does that, then could I make this work? Doesn't. So we start with that. Cut that out. No, because that cuts that out from being connected. I'm basically solving a pile of puzzles all at once. That one still has to be crossed. Okay, so far so good. How do I fit that? It doesn't work. Bother. Wait, I'm thinking of this wrong. Let me check something. Okay, yeah, those do need to be together. Alright. The colors do have to be together in twos. They don't mind if they're separated or not, though. Only the black and white need to be separated. So. Then okay, how to do this. Okay, that there. Say we do that for a start. That. Now, biggest problem here now is getting the shape. Which I've messed up. This I do it like no. Like that. Then oh, because that cuts that off. Just cut that. That. Doesn't cover that one. That's cuts off that. So, how can I not cut off the green while shaping everything else? Does that work? I think it works. Okay. Final stage. I have to add that in to the mix. So, how to do that? I think I have an idea. Okay, let's pull that up. Now then, if I just that doesn't work though. Okay, complicates that a little bit, but I think that fits. Then cut down. Really has to go that way. Okay. Then, if I cut that to there, I think that covers everything. Yeah, okay. We're still in the good. Still clear, I think. But I can't do that. 'Cause that's over one more. Bother. This is so hard to visualize. Because it's putting it on so many boards at once. I feel like I'm close though. Unless I do that later, maybe. How would that work? If I went, then up here, no, that doesn't fit that though. Okay, there has to be a way I can do this. It's probably a stupidly simple answer too. That off though. If I did have to do that, it would be nearly as problematic. Yes. Okay. So if that's the 3, that's that. Then I could go like that. I have to cut off there. That still leaves that black and that white connected. cutting it. That cuts those off. From each other in a way that doesn't work. There's no way to connect those. Those shapes are too far apart for me to connect them properly. Cuts that off, so I can't do that. Okay, let's say I have this to work with. No, that doesn't work either. Okay. Everything's alright at the moment, except for if I got that. Okay. So far so good. Now, the challenge is I have to cut off that black one still, and I have this shape to make. No, that doesn't work. How do I fit this? Those shapes are messing me up. If without the shapes, this would be so much easier. If I did it like that, then that, then still have those ones. That green is being problematic because it wants me to connect them. So if I did it like that. That was there, and that was there. Did that work? Does that work? I think it worked. Yes. Okay. Let's remove those. Alright. Got that worked out. Alright. So I've got a matter of what exactly? Yep, another one. That's the problem. So I have to complicate this with two puzzles. The yellow one has to get to the exit because of the layout. Okay. So I have to start on this one over here again. Work out a different pattern. So what happens if I just go... Yeah, okay. So that needs room for that. To go... Cut those into there. Which means... These... Well, that cuts that off. That ending is problematic for me. Okay, I need the yellow to go down. Cut those two in. How can I make the yellow do this right? I have to multi-layer this. Doesn't provide me the space to work with. I have no connections for the yellow at that point. To solve it right with the blue, but then have the yellow be able to eventually solve it. Partially. I'm gonna have to do some weird running back and forth, aren't I? I still have to make room for the yellow to do something. To cut off a part. And then the blue can come in and finish it. But it also has to be able to get me across. So I have to end it over there for now. That means okay, I think that's the best I can do with this at the moment. Then I run over to the other side. I get the yellow cutting off a part. Then I can run back, start working on it. So, now I need the yellow coming like that. Environmental puzzle, even in here. Okay, now this could I cut this in a way that would get it across? Black and white are what's gonna screw me over. Do this differently. Wait. Overcomplicate matters with the yellow. I think I can pull this off a little different. That yellow pattern isn't gonna work. There. I just need the yellow going somewhere. It doesn't have to actually be a part of this puzzle. Like cutting off A pieces. At least not that I'm seeing. Now. That orange is gonna be the only problem now. That has to go a specific way. It needs to end with that. Basically, I still have to cut off different parts. What am I missing? could I do differently? If I blue went up there, cut down that. Maybe, yeah, maybe if I got the rid of the yellow again and moved the blue over so it connected to a different end, I could make this work. Could the blue connect to the right side instead? No. That would mess up the yellow as well. That format is really tying my hands. But it leaves no place for the yellow to be able to go. Like, I can do that. It creates a path to get to that door. But it leaves no room for the yellow or way for me to interact with the yellow. So I really do have to do something different. If I cut the yellow off through there... Okay, now. How would that help? Actually, no, wait. Where's that? I'll still take up there, though. Not seeing how I can make this work. is so simple for what I need, but I can't get it adding the blue at the right times. Like, if I could do the yellow first, almost. Well, no, that won't work. Like, if I could do the blue and the yellow at the same time, it would certainly help. See. Jump between these two, that would be really nice. Wait. Still cut that off. So close. Did that. I might have it. Okay, first I have to go back. I need to shift the yellow a different way. I think I have it. Because if I put the yellow just like that, then probably missing a piece still in my head, but let's try. Then do that. That still separates those two improperly. Can't cut those off right. Never mind. Only I can control the yellow from here. forward. How can I make this work? Wish I could cut off one of the black or white with the yellow, but the positioning where I have to put the blue doesn't allow me. Wait. It does. Okay. With that. Now I can cut that off. Okay, blue. Don't know why it took me so long to be able to see that. Okay. Blue goes. Can't work though. Not yet, not yet. Blue goes directly in. Would be what I need to move the blue into a new position that would be effective. I could then wrap the blue around the black differently. Let's try that. See if that straightens things out in a way that will let me maneuver better. So now I could just do that. How would that help, though? That help at all? Yes. Got it. Now I can cut the blue over the way I need it to. And we're through. That took way longer than they should have. Solving multiple puzzles at once is kind of difficult. Wait. Back up. Because I need to get that puzzle. I mean, I need to, but I'm gonna get it. Can't seem to do that while I move. There we go. Now I can. Of the structures. There's almost certainly probably an environmental, well, very likely an environmental puzzle out here somewhere. Huh. That's interesting. So there's probably another one where I'd have to get the yellow to go to the end. Environmentally. Alright. What's the trick here? Come on. Cooperate with me. This is too easy. What is the trick? That's the trick. Whatever pieces I leave, I have to then work with. So while these are easy, the end piece is not. Just leave that there. That one I really can't. Just that placement doesn't allow me to. So this one has to be this. This would complete that one. That Okay, now we don't have overlaps. Got square there. But the mirror effect is also killer. It's like, alright, I can get that. That piece can be cut off easily. So this one is where the problem lies. 5. Also, this grid is bigger than the other one. Alright, basically I just chopped off this half of it. So this one I can adjust to something else. I wonder if this will work. Not quite. Okay, that made the square happy. Why didn't that make any of the others happy, because... Wait. Need to check something. So I can understand if that square in that square. So if I do a square here, that's it. Okay, so it'd be as if there was a square in this square. Okay. I believe this has to be a square. If there's a square here, I could go there. Alright, so yeah, these aren't pictures of the whole, these are pieces in the whole. So, square, I can work with. That I can work with almost, except for the mirror effect. So if I went over, no, that doesn't cut it. way I can mirror these. Not really. Puzzles within puzzles. So let's say that's there. That's there. That is there. Check and check. The block cut into that. Well, no. Not necessarily. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a blank here. With that, I'll put a blank there. That should be the easier one to work with. Cross doesn't work because of the I can't mirror it. I couldn't make it. So it has to be 2 across. The only reason this works is because I can stand it upright, which could work differently with the mirror. That means this does need to be that. Then it's a question of which one of these. Which square does each thing fit in? Off in that corner. Okay, let's shift this one to this one. And I don't have to cut off that as far as that's concerned. So it'd be more like yeah, that made those two happy. But these ones are not happy. See, that's there. I'm thinking of this wrong. If they connect, I could fit them. A 3 may work. I just have to fit it different. No, again, mirror gets in the way of that. This is frustrating. I'm gonna run upstairs for a bit. Take a look at some things. And there's also the question of what way can I shift this so that the yellow ends in that door there, while the other stuff cuts out differently. I'd require that. Which I can't get right now. No, I'm not even gonna try with that right now. I want to check something else. Someone. Anyway. Yeah, I want to check something else. Real quick. It's interesting. No. Okay. Wrong way. This way. It's been mentioned in previous episodes that the lake is a bit of a progress indicator in some ways. It doesn't tell you everything, but it can tell you like which lasers you've already fired, if there's any lasers you've missed, if there's any bunkers you haven't gotten into, and I've only gotten into one of the several bunkers. What was in here again? I forget about this. I forgot about this spot. That's another one to consider. This is probably a bunker. Anyway, it helps you locate stuff. How did this one work again? Can't remember if this was a mirrored one. Okay, I think it was. So let's see, that would get that. Then two over. There we go. Yep, okay, it was an invisible mirror. Alright. So this should also give us a new video in the one area. I'm just gonna take a picture of it for ease of remembering later. Okay. Got that. Now, back running down the hill. Or mountain. Technically, I guess it's mountain. Hi there. Alright, maybe that's the only one there. Could be wrong, could be right. I don't know. So many environmental puzzles. Let's get back to the lake, which is all the way over here. Alright, so apparently there are certain things here that indicate activated items. I had it pulled up on Wiki just to help speed the process. Okay. Flowers are audio logs. Yellow flowers for the caves. So if they're open, that means I found them. So it means... And this lake apparently is in the shape of the island. A little harder to visualize in some ways, but it appears that I've missed like 3 audio logs right here for... I think that one's in the mountain. I could be wrong. Then... clams equal bunkers. I don't know where the clams are. Or what they look like. Find one of those, that would certainly help me tell where I was working. Okay, there's a clam. If it's open, that means I've already gotten into that bunker. I don't know, I think I have to turn the video in first. So maybe this is the mountain? Let's go turn in that video and see whether this pops open. That should tell me a lot about placement. Video place was all the way over this way. Then there's triangular leaves, which is about the discarded panels that have the little triangles on them. There's fountains, which represent the obelisks. And I'm not quite sure how they change right off if they get them done. And then lanterns represent lasers. And they're lit when you've gotten the laser going. Right. Where was... Well, there's been a while since I was over in this direction. Okay. I have to go to the... down below the... like, the, windmill, that's right. Down below that. Alright, now I have to enter this. Triangle there. Where is that? It has to be this one. So this is sideways. Like, okay. So cut around. Cut around. This way, all the way around that almost, and then that. Get in there. All right, that's
So
one of the videos.
Absolutely simple. What I have to say to you. It's what my teacher said to me, and I'm still deeply discovering the reverberation of that. And it's simply stop looking for what you want. Not cynically stop looking for what you want, because there's a way of stopping looking for what you want in resignation and cynicism and closing down. But innocently, openly, stop looking for what you want in this moment. Not tomorrow when you have it. But in this moment, to take one moment, whatever it is you want, however mundane or profound, and just stop looking for it. And you will find more than what you could ever want. Because more than what can be wanted is already who you are. It's too simple to be grasped, but absolutely, completely realizable.
I hope this is a short video.
If,
He talks so slow.
and it is a huge if, of course, you are willing to give up your hope that what you want will be found in the next thought, or the next activity, or the next day, or the next man, or the next woman, or the next teaching, or the next experience. So that's huge. That's the challenge. And I've blessedly traveled to Australia to challenge you in that direction, that directionless direction. It's so simple that it has to be said over and over, because it just slips right by the mind. And if it's said over and over and in enough ways and then not said, it can just be revealed. Not as something new, but as something absolutely fresh. Not new, but fresh. Who you are is not new, but it is always fresh. Who you think you are is old and dead. We just keep trying to think it a little better, squeeze some life.
I guess that's part of the reason she's talking so slow and quiet. She's trying to work with a very sensitive mic,
clear?
apparently. It may not be placed entirely right.
That's really the basis of what I have to say.
And I think what she's getting at is basically sometimes we try so hard to get to something we never think we've actually reached
It's
in.
not
If
a
we stop
belief
for a moment,
system.
we find out we have sometimes.
It's not a way to live your
Or
life.
find out that what we have is
It's not a
what
should.
we were looking for. We're
Stop.
looking beyond it, beyond the mark too much
It's
to be able
not
to see
an
what we're
if
actually
you
looking
stop, you
for. That we
will
already have it.
be rich and famous and universally loved and never have a sad moment. None of that, I promise. But if you're willing to investigate for yourself without believing it or learning it
Excuse me.
or hoping to get something from it, just a pure investigation out of the natural curiosity of the human mind, just to investigate for yourself what is here when I stop trying to get anything, and how much of that is here, and where does that begin and where does that end?
Mm-hmm.
And then the question, am I willing to trust that? And then the challenges get very big. But we'll get to that later.
Thank you. Phew. Okay,
Any
I like to
questions
discover the
about what I
videos.
just said? Want me to say it again?
No, stop.
You already are everything you want, only maybe not in the way you imagine what you want. And it's that imagination itself that keeps you from discovering that you already are everything you want. So if you just take this evening as an experiment to give up any imagination, any image of what you need to be totally fulfilled, just give it up. It's just an image, just a thought. Maybe a spiritual thought, maybe a worldly thought, a relationship thought, a career thought. Just give it up. And directly discover what's here, unthought, unimagined. How's that? Good. Good.
Thank you. Okay, so, yeah, basically, I understand what she's getting at. It's like, you know, being happy in the moment, taking what you've already got, and living with that. But there's more to it than that as well, because she's also getting into the whole like there's some dangers to that thought process as well, because then you also get people who would take that too far and then stop improving themselves at all, because they're like they become it's like it's not don't stress out about the future too much and becoming something so much that you kill yourself, but you also don't want to go down that route of freezing up and being so complacent with who you are and what you are that you never bother to become better. Okay, would this work? I did this, then this. There we go. That was bugging me that I had never gotten that door done. It's so easy to do it. Although you look like a puzzle piece. Maybe not. You might be burned out. Almost looks like a line. It would work. I know there's some environmental puzzles down here. There's definitely something up there that I don't know how to get up there yet, though. How do I get to you? So many spots I don't... Oh, no, I think I have been up there. I just don't remember how. Anyway, weird little puzzles all over the place. Alright, now let's go see if that clam is open, and that'll tell me whether I've looking in the right spot on that to place the map in my mind, comparison to the lake. Alright. Bunker. Okay. So if that's not that. That's still closed. So that's a different bunker. Wish I knew which side was which then. Guess that's way over there somewhere. Wait, is that... That might be on the ship. If that's the case, where's the mountain? Find out where the mountain is, that would give me a lot more to work with. Point of direction-wise on this map. Because the mountain's a pretty positioned item that would certainly help me with the visualization. Interesting bridge. A whole lot of audio logs I haven't seen apparently. Alright, I still don't know where the climb is that represents the mountain bunker. So many audio logs I haven't found. There's... Ah, okay, I see the clams underwater a bit. Okay, so there's it. There's that clam. I see it right there under the waterfall now. So that's the mountain bunker there. We got another bunker over near the other corner of the island from the mountain. Over near the ship wreck. Got a couple bunkers there. There, that's somewhere down that way, I think. Those climbs are kind of hard to see. I wish they were a bit easier. I think this might be the corner of the island. This is the entrance to the island, where you start, I think. I could be wrong. No, I think that's right. Then this is probably reachable by the boats, because that's a bit out there. I know I got the audio log. One of the audio logs. Anyway, apparently there's two. Over at the opening scene. I think I've gotten all of the lasers on. Oh wait, no. This is the star of the island. So what is this? What is this? This is a different part of the island. This is... Yeah, because this would be the star of the island. Because I remember there's the other clam for the bunker where I found the first video. That was over near the beginning, so... Never mind. So that is something else. Different part of the island. There is an audio log or two I missed over near the entrance. So many audio logs. Not certain where that's supposed to be located. Might be the... I don't think that's the desert. That's the island. That's the desert. If I'm correct, yeah, there's a clam over there. Which is probably that one near off the shore of the desert that I haven't figured out how to get into yet. Alright. Anyway, that's the map. How the lake represents the island. And gives you a rough idea of where to look. I'm not quite sure how the fountains work in relation to the obelisks. Except for that, I'm noticing that some of the fountains... Well, none of them are really going, are they? They're kind of just dribbling. So I'm guessing the fountains really kick up once an obelisk is complete. But I've never managed to complete one, so I don't know. Let's run over here. Try this bunker again. It's been a little while since I poked at it. Maybe I can figure it out this time. Running. Find that stairway down. Which is... or this way. Here we go. Come on, let me down. There we go. So here's, I believe, another bunker that I haven't gotten into. If I'm thinking of the positioning right and everything else. I remember I determined that all these probably go to this shape here. I didn't figure out the pattern to connect them all and erase it while still completing this. Because the two squares... it just doesn't work with a few things. Like, the way I'm seeing it, it doesn't work to just cut off a couple pieces. Really do have to cut off a much more significant amount. Otherwise it just doesn't, I can't connect the cut off pieces and the shapes at the same time. That cuts that off though. So if I put that sideways like that, that could work. Let me try something a little different. No. Nope, nope. That doesn't work. Literally does have to go a certain way. There. Finally figured it out. Okay, I was right. This is another bunker. Okay. That should be a good photo for me to work with. Doesn't look like it's too complicated. Alright. Now back to the windmill. Running, Batman. Quick check. Over here by the water side. Yep, now that climb's open. Okay, so the climb's open once you open the bunker, not whether you've entered the video yet. So that was the desert over there. Got it. So yeah, this does give me some good ideas of where the bunkers are. I would put this one... See that? It's somewhere underground, because that video thing is a yellow flower. The audio log. The yellow flower, which means it would be underground. And that would be... Hang on. There's the island. With the laser. Obelisk is there. So a bit in from the obelisk. Inland from the obelisk, which should be here. Okay, there's the obelisk. There's the laser. So somewhere in this area, there should be a bunker entrance. Underground. There's kind of a chunk of area there I'm not sure how to reach. Okay, I think I know how to get down there. Can I just check it over here? Okay. So if I cut around here, this should take me there. Somewhere around here, the other bunker is. But it's underground. Underground bunker. Already got this. Yeah. Somewhere in this area there should be an underground bunker. Okay. I don't think I've seen an entrance to any bunker in this area though. Did the visuals just get darker in some weird way? What the? What the? What am I looking at? Okay. For some reason it felt like it got darker there. But yeah. That looks right. Huh. Wonder where the entrance is. If it's already underground, I have to get to it through a different area. In which case I have to find other ways underground. Because I would put it down here, but to the left, which I haven't figured out how to open yet. So yeah, I think that in there is where I'd have to find the bunker, but I don't know how to get to it. All right, what's this? Has to start there. Oh, okay, this is really simple.
And so, by a backhanded, upside-down argument, was predicted that there is in carbon a level at 7.82 million volts, and then experiments in the laboratory with carbon show indeed that there is. And therefore, the existence in the world of all these other elements is very closely related to the fact that there is this particular level in carbon. But the position of this particular level in carbon seems to us, after knowing the physical laws, to be a very complicated accident of 12 complicated particles interacting. So I wish to illustrate by this example that an understanding of the physical laws doesn't give you an understanding in a sense of understanding significance of the world in any way. The details of real experience are very far often from the fundamental laws. There are, in a way of speaking in the world, we have a way of discussing the world which you could call, we discuss it at various hierarchies or levels. Now, I don't mean to be very precise, there's a level, there's another level, and another level, but I will indicate by describing a set of ideas to you, just one after the other, what I mean by hierarchies of ideas. For example, at one end, we have the fundamental laws of physics. Then we invent other terms for concepts which are approximate, who have, we believe, the ultimate explanation in terms of the fundamental laws. For instance, heat. Heat is supposed to be the jiggling, and it's just a word for a hot thing is just a word for a mass of atoms which are jiggling. For that, fundamentally, we should think of the atoms jiggling. But for a while, if we're talking about heat, we sometimes forget about the atoms jiggling. Just like when we talk about the glacier, we don't always think of the hexagonal ice snowflakes which originally fell. Another example of the same thing is a salt crystal. Looked at fundamentally, it's a lot of protons, neutrons, and electrons. But we have this concept, salt crystal, which carries a whole pattern already of fundamental interactions, or idea like pressure. Now, if we go higher up from this, in another level, we have properties of substances like refractive index, how light is bent when it goes through something, or surface tension, the fact that the water tends to pull itself together, is described by a number. I remind you that we have to go through several laws down to find out that it's the pull of the atoms and so on, but we still say surface tension, and don't worry when we're discussing surface tension of the inner workings, always. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Go on, up in the hierarchy. With the water, we have the waves, and we have thing like a storm. We have a word for storm, which represents an enormous mass of phenomena. Or sunspot, or star, which is an accumulation of things. And it's not worthwhile always to think of it way back. In fact, we can't, because the higher up we go, we have too many steps in between, each one of which is a little weak, and we haven't thought them all through yet. If we go up in this hierarchy of complexity, we get to things like frog, or nerve impulse, which you see is an enormously complicated thing in the physical world, involving an organization of matter in a very elaborate complexity. And then we go on, we come to things, words, and concepts like man, and history, or political expediency, and so forth, which is a series of concepts that we use to understand things at an ever higher level. And going on, we come to things like evil, and beauty, and hope. Now, which end is nearer to the ultimate creator, or the ultimate? So if I make a religious metaphor, which end is nearer to God? Beauty and hope, or the fundamental laws? I think that the right way, of course, is to say that the whole structural interconnections of the thing is the thing that we have to look at, and that the sequence of hierarchy, that all the sciences and all the efforts, not just the sciences, but all the efforts of intellectual kind, are to see the connections of the hierarchies is to connect beauty to history, is to connect history to man's psychology, the man's psychology to the working of the brain to the neural impulse to the chemistry, and so forth, up and down, both ways. And today we cannot, and there's no use making believe we can, draw carefully a line all the way from one end of this thing to the other. In fact, we've just begun to see that there is this relative hierarchy. And so I don't think either end is nearer to God's. And to stand at either end and to walk out off the end of the pier only, hoping out in that direction is the complete understanding, is a mistake. And to stand with evil and beauty and hope, or to stand with the fundamental laws, hoping that way to get a deep understanding of the whole world with that aspect alone, is a mistake. And it is not sensible either for the ones who specialize at one end and the ones who specialize at the other end to have such disregard for each other. They don't actually, but the people say they do. So. But that actually the great mass of workers in between, connecting one step to another, are improving all the time our understanding of the world, both from working at the ends and working in the middle. And in that way, we are gradually understanding this connection, this tremendous world of interconnecting hierarchies.
If you expected science to give all the answers to the wonderful questions about what we are, where we're going, what the meaning of the universe is, and so on, then I think you could easily become disillusioned and then look for some mystic answer to these problems. How a scientist can take a mystic answer, I don't know, because the whole spirit is to understand. Well, never mind that. I don't understand that. But anyhow, if you think of it, though, the way I think of what we're doing is we're exploring. We're trying to find out as much as we can about the world. People say to me, are you looking for the ultimate laws of physics? No, I'm not. I'm just looking to find out more about the world. And if it turns out there is a simple ultimate law that explains everything, so be it. That would be very nice to discover. If it turns out it's like an onion with millions of layers and we're just sick and tired of looking at the layers, then that's the way it is. But whatever way it comes out, its nature is there, and she's going to come out the way she is. And therefore, when we go to investigate it, we shouldn't pre-decide what it is we're trying to do, except to find out more about it. If you say, but your problem is, why do you find out more about it? If you thought that you were trying to find out more about it because you're going to get an answer to some deep philosophical question, you may be wrong. It may be that you can't get an answer to that particular question by finding out more about the character of nature. But I don't look at it. My interest in science is to simply find out about the world, and the more I find out, the better it is. I like to find out. There are very remarkable mysteries about the fact that we're able to do so many more things than apparently animals can do, and other questions like that. But those are mysteries I want to investigate without knowing the answer to them. And so altogether, I can't believe the special stories that have been made up about our relationship to the universe at large, because they seem to be too simple, too connected, too local, too provincial. The earth, he came to the earth. One of the aspects of God came to the earth, mind you. And look at what's out there. How can he? It isn't in proportion. Anyway, it's no use arguing. I can't argue it. I'm just trying to tell you why the scientific views that I have do have some effect on my beliefs. It also, another thing, has to do with the question of how do you find out if something's true? And if you have all these theories of the different religions, have all different theories about the thing, then you begin to wonder. Once you start doubting, just like you're supposed to doubt, you ask me if the science true. We say, no, we don't know what's true. We're trying to find out. Everything is possibly wrong. Start out understanding religion by saying everything is possibly wrong. Let us see. As soon as you do that, you start sliding down an edge, which is hard to recover from. And so with the scientific view, or my father's view, that we should look to see what's true and what may not be true, once you start doubting, which I think to me is a very fundamental part of my soul, is to doubt and to ask. And when you doubt and ask, it gets a little harder to believe. You see, one thing is I can live with doubt and uncertainty and not knowing. I think it's much more interesting to live not knowing than to have answers which might be wrong. I have approximate answers and possible beliefs and different degrees of certainty about different things, but I'm not absolutely sure of anything. And there are many things I don't know anything about, such as whether it means anything to ask why we're here and what the question might mean. I might think about it a little bit. If I can't figure it out, then I go to something else. But I don't have to know an answer. I don't feel frightened by not knowing things, by being lost in the mysterious universe without having any purpose, which is the way it really is, as far as I can tell, possibly. It doesn't frighten me.
That was an interesting video, or two videos really. For me, I found a lot there that I could sort of rather agree with, really. That, like, for me, truth is all interconnected. It's all part of one great whole. So, like, especially with that first video, I can really agree with it. That, you know, it's not just finding an answer, but rather seeing how it all fits together to create the world. And then with... Whoa, that's a lot of puzzles there I haven't figured out yet. And then, going off the other guy, I'm not an atheist. I'm a religious man myself. So, but the way he worded it was very well put. Like, I do believe there is a purpose in life. And but his not believing that, that's his freedom to choose. I believe everyone has that freedom to believe what they will. And try to explain this properly. For him, it didn't seem to be a problem because, like, he's putting, I don't know. I'll find out eventually, maybe, but for now, I don't know. And that's a lot of things for us, is like, there's a lot we don't know in life. It's the being willing to accept that we don't know everything and then start looking for answers. But maybe not a specific answer, but like looking at how everything connects together to find out what is true. Because if something's true, it's going to be true all around. It's not like... It's really hard to explain this in words. For me, anyway. That... yeah, I'm not quite sure how to word it right. But truth will always be true. And so we find where as we discover pieces of truth, we start getting a greater picture of the whole in its actuality. And this may not be explaining it very well still, but yeah, I don't know. weird philosophical and religious thoughts. But for me, anyway, I guess what I'm ultimately getting at is, for me, science and religion aren't opposites. They're both seeking truth. They may go about it in different ways, and both ways come to find various truths, in my opinion. And I'm good with that. I'm gonna try going up this way. Ah, okay. So, okay, that's that map of that. I just want to check something real quick. What happens if I... Why is there a path to go way out here, but also one to go in? It may just be because it can, but... I think there's more here as well. Like, I think there's something I can do here. That's it. Yeah, I think I can get a setup here where it was like it was almost laying there to get all the way out and around the edge. Now I may have to go in close for it though. I feel like I know I'm missing some stuff out here. I'm missing at least one piece in the opening area. I'm missing some other stuff. There's a bunker out here, maybe? On this little outcropping? This is boat parks. I'm gonna do some looking around. I think there's more here than I'm seeing. Been to every area, gotten all the pieces, like gotten all the lasers done, but I haven't gotten nearly all the environmental. I've still got more bunkers to find. A ton of audio logs that I doubt I'm going to find all of them. There's so much here that I have not figured out how to find yet. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Have I been up this path? Oh, I don't think I have. Interesting. How did I miss this before? Also, is there any special environmental pieces nearby here that I might be able to see from here that I couldn't see elsewhere? I don't know. Alright, but it actually does connect. So it's just a little side piece I missed. I know there's an area in there I'm missing as well, just to get down into the Chinese garden. Or Japanese garden, I guess it would be more. Yeah. Anyway, get into that garden area from a different direction. I haven't made a connector yet to some of it. This has to be important. I think this is an end to... No, maybe not. It doesn't fit. I don't know why that area is there. I think there's a bunker somewhere around this area that I might be missing. I may have to go poke around a bit more, figure it out. Okay, if I had the boat come in from that side, go over and then that side, I think I could get another environmental there. This here. Generally, if they have a place like this, it's important. I don't see how. I don't figure out how to connect those right either with that. It looks like a puzzle, but I never figured out how to connect them. Ah! Hello.
O Lord God, helper of those who seek you, I see you in the Garden of Paradise, and I do not know what I see, because I see nothing visible. I know this alone, that I know that I do not know what I see, and that I can never know. I do not know how to name you, because I do not know what you are. Should anyone tell me that you are named by this or that name, by the fact that one gives a name, I know that it is not your name. For the wall beyond which I see you is the limit of every mode of signification by names. Should anyone express any concept by which you could be conceived, I know that this concept is not a concept of you, for every concept finds its boundary at the wall of paradise. Should anyone express any likeness and say that you ought to be conceived according to it, I know in the same way that this is not a likeness of you. So too, if anyone, wishing to furnish the means by which you might be understood, should set forth an understanding of you, one is still far removed from you. For the highest wall separates you from all these, and secludes you from everything that can be said or thought, because you are absolute from all the things that can fall within any concept. Nicholas of Cusa, 1453.
Interesting statement. I disagree with that statement in its philosophy that God is unknowable. Because God, as I know him, is certainly really hard to fully comprehend entirely. It would take a lot of time, probably well into eternities, but he's not unknowable. He's just, there's a lot to it. That's not explaining it very well. How to explain it? Also, I think that person was looking at it in the way of viewing God as like there's a certain way of referring to things. It's like when we say a tree, do we mean what is the quintessential tree? What is the original tree? Because we point to all these different things to say tree. So what would be the idea of what would be the actual tree in its original? And I think that's the sort of logic he may be using in that regard with going in relation to God instead. Get down to the place where I know there was an area around here I hadn't gotten into yet. I don't remember how to get to it. Here. There, that's way in, I think. Anyway, that's the idea, the sense that I got from that guy's statement is that he's referring to God in the way that it's like we can't actually describe him at all because we couldn't describe the actual him. But I disagree with the fact that it's not that you couldn't call him by something and still be referring to him, because it may not, whether it grasps him in the whole, people still know what you're talking about, more or less. That sort of setup. Okay, there was a way to do this. Not this one. Okay. Good. Okay, that's the area I was trying to open up before, and I never figured out how to quite pull it off. Is there anything else over here? Hello. There's one I hadn't gotten before. Okay. Yeah, I never did figure out how this worked. Now I need to separate the black and the white dot, and I need to cover that. But it has to open in a very specific way. I bet this is a bunker itself in there. And then there's this. I don't know at all what I'm supposed to do to figure this one out. Yeah. Lots of wrong answers. So there is a specific answer. I just don't know where the piece for it is. It doesn't work. There's so many here that could be the answer. Or if given the right angle. This one might be it. Except for it doesn't quite cut the black and white ones apart. Close though. What am I missing here? Really bugs me that I can't figure this out. Definitely a path down there. Hmm. Okay, if I cut that across there, then back across that. Don't know what I'm missing. So frustrating. Because that looks like it could get me underground to where I need to go to reach a lot of stuff. Or at least one more thing. If it's not a bunker entirely, it might lead me down to a bunker. Difficult. So many of these. Okay, this is definitely the swamp. That makes sense. Because yeah, that fits with the fact that it's partially underwater and partially on land. In this case, it's the reverse. The land is water and the water is land. These are... Well, no, that doesn't entirely fit. Something like that. Maybe. I'll figure this one out. That one I find really interesting. That it's way out there. There's a bunker somewhere out this way that I'm missing. I'll run out this way and take a look from this direction. So I figured out some of these. I think that's, yeah, out there. I think it's on the ship. I'll check one other thing here. I need to go this way. Okay. Spread that over to that side. I don't think I ever got the shadow one down there. Alright, this is not the tree I need. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, I did get that one. Never mind. I wasn't sure if I had ever gotten, if I had gotten that one or not. Never gotten that. Okay. Well, if that's the ship, let me get down on the boat for a minute. try to find my way from there. If there's anything below me here that I might have missed for an entrance. I can't get out to that final end piece of that. I can get out to there. There's the bunkers somewhere around this spot. I have been wondering why there's all this area down here if nothing else leads where I need it. Probably missing a number of things down here in this swamp. Oh, those are some nasty spikes in the water. Don't fall in the water. Nothing over here. It would be a bunker entrance. Also feel almost like there's still something on this itself that I'm not seeing. Maybe there was something there in the water's reflection before I rose the boat up. That would almost work. Not really. Never mind. Okay. Wow. Where is that bunker? It was over near an audio log. There was an audio log on the ship. I don't remember seeing anything bunker-like on the ship as well. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm missing. Maybe I need a break. It's already been 3 hours, wow. Okay. Yeah, maybe I need a break, and that would be the best route. Approach for now. Take a break, come back later. We found a lot. We made some distance into the mountain, and we definitely made some progress in finding 2 of the bunkers. So that's better than where we were. I didn't get nearly as far into the mountain as I had hoped I would, though. That proved more difficult than I thought it would. There was a lot more to it. And there's certain areas here I still don't know the purpose of. Like why I can go duck back into this little nook here. How does this help me? Is there a puzzle here I'm not capable of seeing right now. Oh, well, I guess there is that.
In a sense, what modern physics is to the history of Western thought, Zen
So maybe
is
this
to the
is just for that.
development of the Eastern worldview. The ultimate
I think I already found
refinement
this one,
of
though.
more than
I'm trying to remember.
2,000 years of incisive debate, discussion, and critical development.
So I guess
Yet
that
the
could
difference
be it.
between
That
the
was
two
literally
could
just here to
hardly
hide
be
that.
more marked. Whereas physics is interested above all in theories, concepts, and formulas.
Yeah, I've already listened to this one, I'm sure.
Zen values only the concrete and the simple. Zen wants facts, not in the Western sense of things that are measurable and numerical,
flower.
which are in fact abstractions, but as living, immediate, and tangible. Its approach to understanding is not to theorize, because it recognizes that previously accumulated ideas and knowledge, in other words, memories of all kinds, block the direct perception of reality.
That's
Therefore, Zen adopts an unusual
that laser.
approach. Its buildup involves language, which is unavoidable. Any method, even if it turns out to be an anti-method, has first to convey some background
is out
in
on
order
the
to be
ship.
effective. But the way Zen uses language is always to point beyond language, beyond concepts to the concrete. David Darling, 1996.
I am fairly certain that is out on the ship. Before I take a break, I'm going to try to find this one more time. I'm going to go back to the ship and just look around. Because it's bugging me that I should see this, and I'm not. Way down that way. There, no. Okay. Confirmed. I believe this is the right direction. Because I think that flower that I'm seeing that I've already found is the one here on the ship. It's the furthest out one that I can think of finding in this area. It was located somewhere around here. Here. Laser. Maybe it's not the right one. It's not the right placement, but it feels like it would be out far enough to be the right placement. In that case, clam looked like it was further out in some ways. Hello? How did I not see you before? So, yep, okay, it was on the ship. How did I miss that? How did I not see that before? This sound is sound related, it looks like. Why is that jamming? Sorry, this is a bit loud, I know, but I'm trying to figure out the sound. Why can't I move further? Can this only go so many blocks? Oh, it's a mirrored one. Okay, yeah, it's a sound-related puzzle, but with a mirror twist. That's evil. I'm not good at the sound ones already. Much less when I'm trying to figure out the mirror to it at the same time. So I know I have to cover all of them. I have to cover them in the right order and pattern. Maybe I don't have to cover them all. Maybe I just have to get the pattern right. For all of them. I think it starts with the heavy one. Okay, so yeah, big one, then small one, I think. I might be missing something else here. But, because they're also colored weird, which I don't know how that functions. Okay, that would get the deep ones. And high ones is the trick then, because let's go like that. Alright, I don't know. This is one I'll have to... This is definitely a bunker. I'm glad I found it. I can't wrap my head around this right now, so I'm going to call this a good point to end this. My brains are not up for more puzzles at the moment. I think we made a good bit of progress, found some interesting things. The lake definitely is a useful tool for finding a few things. Once you figure the lake out. Didn't get nearly as far into the mountain as I would have liked, but working on it. In the meantime, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're over on YouTube, hit subscribe. If you're over on Twitch, hit follow. Both are free, both keep you up to date on everything. And thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back for more videos. Till next time. Bye everyone.